Welcome back to Inside the District. Hopefully you enjoyed our first segment with Principal Jason Durham. And now we're going to shift over to our teacher highlight segment. And we have a special guest joining us, and we have Miss Jennifer Norton. Hi. Welcome.
Hi. Good to see you.
You too. Mrs. Norton's second grade teacher here at Holly Heights. So I know you transitioned, and we're going to talk about you transitioning from first grade into second, but just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what brought you into education.
So I come from a long line of teachers. My mom was a teacher, my aunt is a teacher, my cousin, now my sister. I got my sister to be a teacher as well. Just a total family of teachers. It's what I've wanted to do for as long as I can remember.
Where'd your mom teach at?
So she retired, but she taught 14 years in Clayton.
At Clayton? Okay.
She actually taught second grade. She told me for years, like, that's the sweet spot. It's like the perfect age. They're a little bit independent, but...
All right. My favorite's third grade.
That's a little too old for me.
I think you might have to loop up to third grade.
I've been getting some requests for that, but I'll tell you, I don't know about the math is a little, the way that the math is now is a lot different from when I learned.
So take us through your upbringing. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Vineland. I went to Sacred Heart my entire school, from kindergarten to high school. Right. I know that the high school is not a school anymore.
When you graduated, what year did it close that year?
I graduated 2010, so I think it it closed 2 years later.
2 years later, okay. Yeah. And then from that point, as you were at Sacred Heart, did you always want to be a teacher?
Always. Even from long, I was like the child putting the stuffed animals up, and I had a younger sister, and the little kids in the neighborhood, I would like boss them around and do the whole song and dance. I just loved it. It was just, I babysat for as long as I can remember, as early as I could. Yeah. And I just always loved being around kids. And
then you went to Rowan University?
Yes, I started at Cumberland, well, when it was, I know now it's Rowan, but I started at Cumberland County College, and then I transitioned over to Rowan.
Okay. Were you part of the STARS program?
I was, yeah.
Are you? Tell everybody what the STARS program is. I think it's still going on.
I'm not sure. I know that I had the first two, so it was like you had to have a certain GPA and you got your first 2 years for free. So I was able to take advantage of that, which was really nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So your first 2 years of college was free. So, one of our students that was just recognized by the New Jersey Department of Education, Cecilia Wolfson. So she is a senior at the high school, and she's going to be a part of the STARS program at RCSJ. So again, free. So make sure the students are doing all the right things, attending school. Take us through, you're right now in 6 years in education, 5 here in Millville. And then take us out all at Holly Heights?
Yeah, all at Holly Heights, yeah.
All right. So take us now, you were first grade teacher. You were hired in first grade?
Yes, I was hired in first grade by Steve Saul. And I loved it. I remember they asked me like what, I felt like that would be, kindergarten was a little intimidating to me because there's some kids now, they don't go to preschool all the time. So that being their first, even if they do go to preschool, I feel like that's their first time they're expected to be in like a structured environment. So that was intimidating to me. So I thought, I don't know, first grade, I always liked the younger ones. So that just seemed like a logical choice for me. And I had a really great team. I had a really, really amazing mentor. Shout out to Stacy Clark.
It's interesting you say that. So you said third grade, you're challenged with math. Kindergarten, you say that the first time they're getting into maybe that classroom environment, that structure. But I would say first grade has the hardest because the kids are just learning to read.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite part of first grade.
Talk a little bit about that, because it's not easy to teach students how to read. Yeah,
I initially wanted to do like the reading specialist route when I was at Rowan, and I do have like a certification in reading. But that, to me, that was the most exciting. I remember my first year we were doing, now we have the ARC reading program, but this was, we were doing the Lexile levels. And they started on the lowest, like a reading level A, and by the end I had them to like a J, which, I mean, that's a huge jump. So just like for me, seeing that change, like that light bulb moment go off, like that is the most exciting thing for me.
And I know you, I've been in your room, you invite me in there, and then I think a lot of the reason why students are successful in your classroom from the instructional standpoint is because of your philosophy.
Thank you.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about what is your philosophy?
So for me, and I build everything around relationships with the parents, relationships with the students. I just feel that every child, they need you need your basic needs, right, to come in, and you need to be fed and all those things. But to me, social emotional learning is just as important as all this as the other needs. And I think after COVID, everybody needs that, adults too. But for the kids, my goal is to have them feel heard and understood and loved. And I don't have children of my own yet, but so like they know they're my babies. It's like I can say anything about them, but don't let anybody else say like my mama bear will come out. They're my my everything. And I just think building that relationship with them is going to help them to want to succeed and do better for me and do better for themselves and show up and be able to learn.
Give me a high five for that. That's what, perfect. And you're not just saying that.
No, I just want to share with you, I remember, and I laughed with Steve Saul about it for years after, but I sat in that interview and it was so intimidating because this was when they got that grant, and there was like a...
So you were part of the COVID? No.
Yes,
the COVID
yes, that year.
Okay, yeah.
So there was like 9 people in there. I felt like I was on trial. It was like just so intimidating, the interview. And I just remember looking at them and saying like, you're going to find people that are smarter than me, people that got better GPAs than me, people that, I went and listed off all these things, but you're not going to find somebody that loves these kids more than me. And I stand by that still. So.
Love it. Talk about how you then transitioned, so you looped with your students.
Yeah, so I kind of got,
explain what looping is and how this played in. I don't even know how this happened, but.
Well, Mr. Durham, I kind of went to him, and I have my team in second grade. My first grade team was fabulous, but I'm really close to my second grade team as well. They've been so helpful with the transition. I cannot thank specifically Ms. Passarella and Mrs. Toscano. For helping me this year. But so they were kind of on me to move up, and the group that I had in first grade was just so great, and I really bonded with the parents. My husband ended up, we found out that he actually went to school, elementary school with one of my kids' parents. So like there was all these little connections, and I just loved the students and the parents so much, and it kind of felt like the right time to maybe make a transition to second. And I went to Jason about it, and he was just like, if that's what you want, we can't let you take the whole class. So I guess word kind of got out that I had moved when one of my parents told me that they were calling to request me for their younger child, and they said, oh, she's in second grade now. So they said, oh, well, we'll take her again. And then I guess word kind of traveled, and they started calling and banging down their door to get me again, which is awesome. Which is just such a nice compliment.
Yeah, and so second grade, what is in the water? Because last year's Teacher of the Year, Miss Toscano, right? And now
fabulous.
And now you're the Educator of the Year.
We're hoping for Miss Passarella next year.
I know. So back-to-back Teacher of the Years coming out of second grade at Holly Heights. Awesome. End it with, talk a little bit, you keep talking about your husband, and just talk about your family right now.
So my husband is a detective in the New Jersey State Police. He's a homicide detective. Okay. Which he loves.
And a little different in teaching second grade.
Yeah, very different. But he's really great at it. And I have 2 dogs that we love spending time with, rescue dogs.
What kind of dogs?
They're a big mix. We got like a DNA test on them. But the one is like Yorkshire Terrier and Schnauzer, and the other one is like Chihuahua and Beagle. He's a mix. They're pretty small dogs, but we love to go hiking with them and just stay active. I know you and your wife are runners. I love to run. I actually got injured last year and started taking up Pilates. So I want to give a shout out to Sculpt at Impact. I just started going there. It's in the Millville Airport. Yeah. They're so amazing. Right. They've been open like a week now, but it's just a nice community of
Mayor Dixon and
women uplifting each other, and I've really enjoyed my time. Just staying active and going there, meeting people, and there's a bunch of teachers that go there too. A couple of teachers work there as well. So.
And then my daughters want a dog, and they just keep pushing us for a dog. So give me some.
Get your daughter's a dog.
Yeah, but what kind of dog do we need?
You do.
We love running.
I'm a proponent of a rescue dog.
Same, right.
But I can put you in touch with my rescues. But
that would be good. That would be good to do that.
Really, Any dog is good. You give your children a dog, a big dog, a small dog, doesn't matter.
All right.
I think maybe I had a lab growing up. They're good family dogs. They're active. They like to swim and run. You have a pool?
No, but
Take them to the lake. My dogs
lake.
love to
Yeah,
swim. So anything. Any kind of dog is a good dog. Get your kids a dog. Absolutely.
Awesome. So thank you, Miss Norton, for being a part of this. Congratulations again as being the Governor's Educator of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Recipient.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, always. So come on back as we have our unsung hero here at Holly Heights.